Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Game Week 26 and also how I finished double Game Week 25. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your FPL plans for Game Week 26, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at how we finished double Game Week 25. Finished on 97 points, technically 93 because I did take a hit this week. It was for Moyes for Slot, and I think it was Gakpo out for Wissa. The Gakpo one was quite interesting. I didn't think he was going to miss both fixtures. I thought he was just going to miss one, and I thought I may as well just get rid of him because obviously they don't play in 29, and I may as well bring in a striker that's going to have decent fixtures over the next few and plays in blank Game Week 29, which is why I brought Wissa in for him. But yeah, the fact that he missed both fixtures, I feel like if you brought him in this week or you had him and you didn't get rid of him, relatively unlucky. But hopefully you had someone coming off your bench that, you know, scored a few points. I know a few people had like Chris Wood coming off the bench and stuff for Gakpo, so hopefully you got like a decent 9-pointer or something. But yeah, small red arrow, 40k to 43k. Assistant manager definitely got me out of jail this week with the 13-pointer. Without assistant manager, I would have had a pretty bad red arrow. But either way, Raya picking up 7 points, Trent with the 13 points, 2 early substitutions, both after 60 minutes. Clearly just building up his fitness, but that's fine. If I can get like 65 minutes out of him every single fixture, it's enough time for him to get an attacking return. And of course, if they still have the clean sheet at that point, it banks it, just like they did against Wolves. Kirkes with the 2 points, Munoz with the 1, and Boomer with the 3, Salah with the 40, which is bad because I actually needed him to blank because his effective ownership was over 200%. So triple captainers, not as good as double Game Week 24, but still 60 points. I mean, you cannot really be too upset about that. Palmer with 2, Rogers with 4, Eze with 1, Chris Wood with 9, and Isak with 2. So I actually only had 4 players return this week in a double game week as well, which is kind of mad, which is why my score it's okay, but it's nowhere near as good as it could have been. I've got a lot of 1 and 2 pointers this week. And then on the bench, they just got 2 points across the board. Wissa with 2, Robinson with 2, and Mikolenko with 2, and then Slot with the 13 pointers. So yeah, 97 points. It's not a terrible game week, really. I mean, even though it is a red arrow, it's a very, very minimal one. And I'm kind of set up nicely now for the remaining fixtures up until blank Game Week 29, and also the wildcard in Game Week 30. So that's how we finished double Game Week 25. Let's take a look at how we are shaping up for Game Week 26. So in goal, we do have Raya, who's got West Ham at home. Hopefully going to get a clean sheet from this fixture. West Ham do look a lot better under Potter, just like Everton do under Moyes, but we all know how good Arsenal are at the back, so hopefully can pick up a clean sheet there. Ray has actually been just ticking over for me very, very nicely. He's been picking up points quite frequently. He went on a really bad spell of like 2 and 1 pointers, but you know, 9, 3, 7 in his last 3, and one of those was City at home. So yeah, not too bad at all. Does play in blank Game Week 29. It is Chelsea at home, which isn't ideal, and the fixtures up to that aren't great. I mean, Forest away, I think we probably score in that game, and then I mean, Man United away, that I could see them keeping a clean sheet there. And then again, it all depends on the doubles and stuff. We know that Newcastle are going to be doubling and Palace are going to be doubling, but there's going to be a lot more doubles that are going to get announced and stuff. So hopefully a few more before my wild card in Game Week 30. But either way, very happy holding Raya for the time being. At the back, we've got Trent, who's got City away, Kirkes, who's got Wolves at home, and then Robinson, who's got Palace at home. So I do quite like the back line this week. I mean, Trent with City away, again, he's probably only going to get like 65, 70 minutes. Although I think there was a small injury to Bradley. I don't know what the report on is that. So if Bradley's out, then maybe Trent's just going to have to start playing a little bit more. Maybe he drops somebody else into right back, or maybe like Kwanzaa or something like that. But as of right now, Trent, he definitely will start that City game because it's such a big game. But it's definitely a game they could drop points in as well. You know, and they have been dropping points quite a lot recently. Everton with the draw, Villa with the draw. And they nearly drew the Wolves game as well, to be fair. Wolves were unlucky not to get anything out of that game. But either way, I'm going to be playing Trent anyway. And then the rest of the players at the back all have home fixtures. So honestly, I'd like a couple of clean sheets this week. If I could get 2 clean sheets out of those 4, I'd be very happy with it. The good thing about Kirkes and Robinson is, though, with these fixtures, their upside is so good as well for attacking potential and attacking returns, like Kirkes and Robinson with the assists and stuff like that. So fingers crossed that happens. But that's the back line and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we've got Mbumo, who's got Leicester away, Salah, who's got City away, Palmer, who's got Villa away, and then Eze, who's got Fulham away. So I do currently have Eze playing against Robinson, which isn't ideal from an attacking standpoint or a defensive standpoint, because obviously if Robinson does well, means that Eze won't. If Eze does well, it means Robinson won't. But you never know. Robinson could get an assist. Eze could get a goal. It is one of those things. There's no one else on the bench that I really want to play over Eze. The other two bench players are defenders, and the other midfielder is Rodgers, who's got Chelsea at home. And I know because I'm benching Rodgers this week, he'll go and smash it. He's been awful lately. I can't wait to get rid of him. 2-2-1-1-1. Just absolute fraud watch right now. So I'm looking forward to getting rid of him. Probably next week, to be fair, for a Bournemouth mid. But to be fair, like, I think after this week, the Bournemouth fixtures are fine, but I don't think it's a team that I need to jump on. You know, with Brighton away and Spurs away, like two relatively tough away fixtures, it's not really an attacker that I absolutely have to get in my team. I feel like I missed that with the Southampton game and potentially the Wolves game as well. And I could make a transfer this week for Eze out for somebody like that. I'll speak about that more in my transfer portion of the video, but obviously I've got the issue with slot, so probably going to be using the transfer there. But anyway, all in all, midfield doesn't look too bad. The captaincy is a bit of a weird one this week. A part of me wants to go Isak, who's got Forest at home. Like, we have been conceding a few goals lately, which isn't ideal. But then again, Newcastle also just got battered 4-0, so maybe I just keep it on Salah. He loves scoring against City regardless, and you know, if Stones is out, because obviously he went off last night with the in the Real Madrid game with an injury, the back line's just depleted really. I think Salah could honestly have a field day, so I'm just going to keep the captaincy on him. The only other player that I'd argue maybe putting it on would be Isak, but I'm probably just not going to do that. Anyway, though, those are the midfielders. And then up top, we've got Wissa, who's got Leicester away, who needs to start scoring now. I brought him in, and he obviously hasn't gotten a return since game week 21, which was City at home. He could have scored against West Ham. Obviously, it was ruled off for offside, but his numbers are still really good. You know, XGI of 0.40, 0.83, 0.52, 0.47. So with that kind of XGI and not getting any returns, he's underperforming a lot. His expected goal by like 90 is honestly one of the best in the league. So hopefully he does come good and can start smashing in some goals and stuff and help me out against Leicester and Everton. But anyway, also got Chris Wood, who's got Newcastle away, and then of course Isak, who's got Forest at home. And then on the bench, we've got Rodgers, who's got Chelsea at home. We've got Munoz, who's got Fulham away, and then Mikolenko, who's got Man United at home. I could play Mikolenko this week over Eze to really optimize points, but I'm never going to bench Eze for Mikolenko. It's just not going to happen. And then, yeah, assistant manager slot. Last game week with him has been all right, to be fair. I think over the grand scheme of things, I'm trying to work out all the points that I got. And I think for Moyes, I got 22 for Moyes. I got 13 for Slot. I did take a hit, though, to bring Slot in. So that's 35, 31 points. And I've got one week left as well. So I think in retrospect against the triple captaincy and double game in 24, I think it's a little bit better, and I still have my triple captaincy chip, but obviously other people still have their assistant manager. But I'm still pretty happy that I played it this over these last 2 weeks, and if I can get another 6 points from it, I think it'll be all right. If I can, I mean, maybe even more than that. If I bring in like Arteta and he goes and smashes West Ham like 3-0, that'll be, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that'll be like 12 points. So if I could maybe hit 40 points from an assistant manager, I'd be very, very happy with that. So that's how the team's shaping up, though, for game week 26 so far. And then let's take a look at the transfers. Like I said, I've got 0.4 mil in the bank. I can go to any assistant manager that I want because I've already got Slot in. And I'm going to be quite happy to see all that money back in my budget after I get rid of Slot, because it's just going to allow me to bring in other players and stuff. Because as of right now, like, I can't move Rodgers onto a Bournemouth mid because I don't have the funds, whereas the week after game week 26, game week 27, I'll easily be able to do that because I'll have another 1.5 mil coming in. So yeah, I think just to be safe, I think I'm just going to do Slot to Arteta this week. Hope that he just batters West Ham, gets a clean sheet. Because if I get a clean sheet, that'll be 7 points from the Raya and the Arteta clean sheet. So I'm basically playing double Arsenal defense again. So yeah, I can do that. That'll be my transfer, and I'll be relatively happy with that. In regards to the rest of my team, like I say, the only other problem really is Eze playing Robinson this week, but at the same time, it's not the worst case scenario. The only thing that I'm also a little bit worried about is Eze getting benched again. He did come on at half-time for Everton, so I'd like to think that now he's going to be starting. And if he does, you know, maybe he gets a perfect scenario, he gets something and Robinson gets an assist or something. So, yeah, all in all, the team looks okay for game week 26. It's not terrible. Like I say, I'm going to use my transfer on Slot to Arteta most likely. And then I have my Game Week 27 transfer, going into Game Week 28, and then going into Game Week 29. So I have 3 transfers left going into Game Week 29, and then I can use those on 3 of these players, and then I'll have to bench 3 players that are blanking. So that's the thing. So as long as I get no injuries, we should be okay. We should be okay. But of course, I will be missing players like Haaland and stuff unless I get rid of Isak. But I've got quite a lot of money saved in Isak. I think I've got like 0.5 in him. If I go and take a look at it, I brought him in for 8.6. He's now 9.5. So I basically have to spend $1 million to bring him back in. I'm just not going to do that. It's just not worth 1 game week because I'm going to want him straight back in game week 30, especially because they've got a double coming up. So I just don't think it's worth losing $1 million over just 1 game week. So yeah, again, don't know who I'm going to be bringing in, but I will be getting rid of Rodgers, Munoz, and Eze. Going up to, I kind of want to keep Munoz and Eze up to game week 28 because they have Ipswich at home. So I might just roll transfers now because like after this week I can just constantly. I don't think there's going to be like any major fires in my team to put out, so we should be okay. And I think, like I say, Ipswich at home is a solid fixture for both of those. So that's what I'm probably going to do, and then I'll probably wildcard them back in because they've got Southampton away in game week 30. Which is obviously a really good fixture, and then they double as well in 32. It's not the greatest double, City away and Newcastle away, in the slightest, but a player like Eze, I don't mind. I'll probably have Mateta, to be fair. I don't know who my striker's going to be. I'll probably get rid of Chris Wood by that time, even though Forest fixtures are actually decent after 30. It's just I want Mateta for that double. Obviously, I want Isak for the double. Probably want Gordon. Maybe I probably won't bring in Munoz because it's not a great defensive. You know, City away, Newcastle away is not ideal. But I'll definitely have 1 Crystal Palace attacker at least, and then probably triple up on Newcastle. But anyway, that's for my game week 30 situation. A long way away from that. That's everything for today's video, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like. Let's try and hit 100 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment. What are your FPL plans for game week 26? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.